Hi, it's Jen with a little reflection. I have been dealing a lot with just teens and normal social stuff going on, but it really brings up a lot of stuff from my own childhood. A lot of those feelings of loneliness or feeling alone, even surrounded by people. And I am noticing a lot of just social interactions, things that are happening in our society where people are really struggling. A lot of people are struggling. A lot of people feel like people don't understand them, or that they are alone, or they might be around a lot of people, but maybe they're not having as much fun as everybody else. Or maybe they're wanting to be a part of things, but they're not being included in things, and so they take it personally. And what I'm noticing, which gosh, I wish I had this when I was a teenager, but what I realize is a lot of it is our perception and our projection of feelings onto other people. So sometimes when things happen and we're not included in something, we automatically go to this story in our head that people don't like us or that we're doing something wrong. But really what it is that everybody's kind of thinking of themselves and looking out for themselves, which is kind of human nature, survival instincts. But there are moments where, and there's kindness in people, that sometimes if we are vulnerable for a moment and we let people know, hey, you know what, I really would love to be a part of these things. Or, hey, you know what, I'm kind of feeling alone and left out and struggling a little bit. All we need is one person to care and notice. So my challenge to people is notice, number one, how are you feeling? Are you surrounded by a lot of people but still feel alone? Loneliness is that feeling of being maybe with people but feeling like you're by yourself or that people don't understand you. Being alone, sometimes that's a choice. Being alone is when you literally are by yourself. But there is a lot of loneliness going on. I myself have had many moments of loneliness as a child, as an adult. I go through these phases of loneliness, and some of it I realize is because I am choosing to be alone sometimes, which pervades this message of I don't want to be around people, which isn't always the case. But I digress. My challenge for everybody is, number one, notice, how are you feeling? Are you alone at times, or are you lonely? Number two, notice the people around you who maybe don't seem as happy or maybe seem like they're struggling. And be that one person to care. Be that one person to say, hey, you want to come sit with us? Hey, you want to come do this with us? Or just, hey, are you okay? Because to me, what's the big crisis in the world right now is a mental health crisis. I've had people reach out to me asking for suggestions or people to refer to. And I'll tell you, there's a lot of mental health practitioners that aren't even taking people right now. And in my own experience with my kids, with myself, a lot of them are prescribers. And sometimes we do need medication, but sometimes it's not medication we need. Sometimes we need tools to shift our perspective. We need tools to perceive things, or to stop the thoughts that go in our head that say, nobody likes you, that's why you're not included, to, you know what, I think what's going on is people are just thinking about themselves. And I wasn't on their radar. And sometimes that means you have to put yourself out there a little bit more. And that's an uncomfortable thing, but that's within your control. What other people see, what other people choose to do is not within your control. So these are the kinds of things that I offer on a Saturday as a little reflection as I sit by the water in my happy place on a day that I'm feeling a little heavy. And yeah, quite frankly, I'm feeling a little lonely. But you know what? I know this is going to pass just like a wave. This is a feeling and an emotion that just is going to come and it's going to go. I just need to ride it out. So that's what I'm doing on video. I hope this helps everybody. And I ask, what can you do, or what can you help your kids do to notice people and help somebody not feel so lonely? Be well, everyone.